Hello again, I am back with another recap round 4. I was playing against young, I think he might be international master Eric Leo. It was our second game. First time I played against him in Chicago Open and I did recap. I was black in that game and I didn't really get any chance, to play for a win, and eventually the game ended in draw. Uh, this morning I had a higher expectation because I was wide, and I saw that my opponent has a very serious opening problems, and I was looking forward for this game. So he plays e5, Rui Lopez, and then unexpectedly in this position he played knight ge7, which he hadn't done before, and and the sad part is that I did not remember what was my preparation. I thought that he is gonna play g6 line, c3 g6, which I have played with black so many times. That therefore I played c3. Then I realized that dang, there is this knight g6 recently has been very popular, and after I knew that move is d4, ed, cd, bishop b4, knight c3, sorry, knight c3, d5, ed, some bishop c3, c, queen d5, and I did not remember, and I didn't want to check his knowledge in this variation, and I decided maybe, I mean, that probably was a mistake. I didn't spend necessary time try to understand like what would be my best chance. I mean, somehow try to take him. I mean, I did try to take him out, but the way I tried was so stupid. d3, it is not really a good move. He plays bishop b7. I mean, I've played this kind of position with knight on f6. During the game, I realized that knight on g6 it's a different story, because in many variations bishop comes to g4 and then knight h4 or knight f4 is a big problem. Anyway, so here I played bishop b3, stop d5 idea, and I think if he castled, maybe I have h4, and with the attack he cannot take because knight h4, bishop h4, there is queen h5, and this is lost. And in this position, actually, I was expecting him to play d6, and then I was gonna play bishop b3, knight d2, slow game, and suddenly he played knight to a5, which I mean, I saw this move, but I underappreciated it, because I was thinking that, I mean, I would go bishop c2, d5. I mean, I can take and play again. This kind of structures I have played many times, but knight is always on f6. But knight being on g6 is much better because it defends e7, e5, and also again jump. So here I spent some time. I was like, let me play bishop a4. Try to give him a bite to play b5 here instead of, but if he wanted, he could have played knight c6, basically reach the same position, but I was gonna play something else for sure. Maybe he understood that I was not gonna repeat, so he went for b5, bishop c2, and d5. Here, maybe, I mean, I kind of blundered an idea I'm gonna show you in a bit, but maybe it was time to play d4 and get simplification, or I think I should have gone for this. This was my intention, knight c6 and a4. Perhaps I should have played this position. It's quite complicated around equal. Then I was like, I want to play that position, but I'm gonna start with this move order, and maybe my opponent is gonna go for this position, which I thought that is gonna be worse for him because I have a4. What I blundered here is that he has bishop b7 and my e4 pawn is not defended, and I'm not on time to play knight d2. I didn't think about knight moving back. I was thinking mostly about this position, and this very awkward, so I decided to play knight bd2. And I think my opponent spent quite some time. He could have gone b6 or d6, try to play for advantage, but maybe it wasn't in his mind. So he was trying to equalize as soon as possible. He played a5. I want a4, ab, cb, and here he took ba. Initially, I was only considering bishop to b7 move. I think this would have been my better try for him. Again, I think he just wanted to simplify and make draw. So bishop a4, I don't have any choice, and I play king e2, and he takes a1, plays rook to b8. I defend the pawn, and here he took some time. Maybe he was considering c5. I think c5 is just draw, but maybe he didn't like some pressure I have here, although nothing really. So he played rook b7, and in this position I wasn't obviously happy with my play. I decided to put at least some pressure on him, which I did. King d3, c5, and I sacrificed pawn. This is a typical pawn sacrifice, even though black is the upper pawn, but the c5 pawn is very weak and his bishop is not in the game. Although objectively it's draw, but I wanted to create some kind of disbalance, and maybe he would make a mistake. So he goes king e6, rook a6, king d7, although, yeah. Here I played knight e1, f6, g3. To be honest, yeah, I finally betrayed. He activated his knight, and in this position I was a little bit feeling optimistic because he was running low on time. He had 6 minutes, and there was another 6 moves to make, and there is only 30 seconds delay. I thought I have a pressure, and then he played knight c7, and I should have played rook a1. Because now if he plays rook b6, maybe I can go to g1 or something. All the engine says nothing here. So rook a5, he played another, I think, good move which basically kills the game. I cannot defend from rook a6 trade. I played f5, he goes, and I played h4 with the idea that if he takes, I take, and if he goes knight d8, king d5, I was trying to, you know, create some kind of problems. Although engine says there is nothing. So he plays king c6, most logical move. I take, and play bishop b3. And he goes bishop d6. And in this position I play h5, and he plays knight b4. I was like, what is this? After knight c5, bishop c5, bishop c5, although there is knight d3 move. I thought that my bishop is coming, this pawn is hanging, this position could be lost. And I don't know if I was gonna play this move. I think I was thinking about playing. Then I realized that, oh shoot, he has knight c2 move. And now I go bishop g1, he plays knight a3. I have to play king b4, and at least he has a repetition. And I was like, maybe there is something more. And the angel says, yeah, indeed, he has something more. He plays h6. I have to wait, and then he plays knight b1. Now king c4, knight comes with d2, and now knight takes, and it is lost. So luckily I noticed it. I just moved my knight e1. He played bishop g3, and we repeated here, and the game ended in draw. Well, what can I say? The opening part I played terribly. This d3 move did not really put any kind of a problem in front of my opponent. Instead, it put me in a situation that I had to play some accurate moves. I didn't really have any real winning chances, only visually I was putting pressure and he was spending time. He played well. Actually, in our last game also, it seems like he has a decent endgame technique in general. Maybe I should have tried to get into some kind of a complicated position with him. Yeah, what to say. Happens. Probably next time when I am facing something unexpected, perhaps I should spend more than 1 minute in the opening. So again, this is one of my problems, that I usually do not spend time when it is necessary, and it bites me later on. I think if I try to remember some variations against this line, I could have come up with some line that maybe I would have put some problem, but okay, it is. I made a mistake, let's say, in the preparation, in a sense, like I should have known this line. I didn't know, and in the game I did not spend time, and after that, I guess it's fair to have a draw. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm gonna be back with another recap pretty soon. Take care. Bye bye.